Hi, my name is Gianna, and the myth that I've been debunking this semester is that people think blood is blue in the body instead of red. To start, science is based on observational and testable evidence. The idea that blood is blue is a myth and has been scientifically proven incorrect. The blood in the human body is always red due to hemoglobin. Hemoglobin contains ions that bind to the oxygen in your blood. The shade of red is determined by the level of oxygen in your blood. The more oxygenated, the brighter the hue, and the more deoxygenated, the darker the hue of the blood will be, but it's always going to be red. The veins in the body may appear blue because of a light illusion caused by light waves and the photoreceptors in our eyes. For example, during blood donations and lab tests, blood collected from the vein is always going to be red, never blue, regardless of the oxygen level. In anatomy labs or surgeries, doctors and medical students observe firsthand that all blood is different shades of red depending on its oxygen content. Additionally, using a flashlight pressed up against your skin like your fingertips or your earlobes, because those are thinner parts of your body, can show how red blood cells look underneath the surface, further dispelling the blue blood myth through direct observation. It's understanding that science is based on evidence that can change with new knowledge, like new facts that have surfaced, is often influenced by culture and human perception, but it's important to realize that scientists dedicate their whole careers or even maybe their lives to debunking and finding out the truth about topics. The myth shows how observations without scientific testing can lead to false ideas, and how science nature is up to question, investigating, and correcting misunderstandings with real evidence. Here is a picture of all the components of our blood. These erythrocytes are going to be your red blood cells, these red guys, and those are where the hemoglobin binds to the oxygen in your blood, causing it to be red. The myth that blood is blue in the body can be explained by correcting and drawing concepts from molecular, organismal, and evolutionary biology. At the molecular level, hemoglobin is an iron-rich protein that binds with oxygen, causing the blood to be viewed as blue to the human eye. Organismal biology helps us to clarify that veins in our body only look blue to the surface due to how the light interacts with our skin, and not because blood is actually blue inside of us. Finally, from an evolutionary standpoint, for example, some animals use copper-based molecules like hemocyanin instead of the hemoglobin that us humans have in our body, which will make their blood appear more blue than red. The blue appearance in the veins is observed simply by looking at the underside of your wrist where your skin is thinner, like I mentioned earlier. Going off the hemocyanin example, creatures like horseshoe crabs have more blue blood hues due to the hemocyanin, which highlights the evolutionary differences in oxygen transport across different species. Here I have a couple of charts that show the heart, and this red side here is going to be the oxygenated blood that's going from your heart to your body. Here's some capillaries that are going to filter out your blood. And then this side is blue because of it showing that the blood is deoxygenated. It's just a different visual way to make it easier to tell if your blood is going from your heart to your body or your body back to your heart. People often think that blood is blue inside the body because of school diagrams like the one I showed, but surprise, it's always red, it's never blue. Science is being dramatically misinterpreted because of possibly these graphs that are being shown at, again, possibly a younger age, just to make it easier for students to learn the difference between oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. This confusion is not just a fact trying to be proven real, but can cause panic in, for example, emergencies, reinforcing the blue blood classic myths, and has been known to make individuals overact when visiting ERs or hospitals for any reason, as people can see red as more of a color of danger versus blue as being more of a calming color. Teaching the truth can help people stay calm in ERs and make visits smoother after giving the red blood the acknowledgement that it deserves. For example, some patients have reported anxiety after seeing their own blood being drawn, believing something is wrong because it's red, and they might not have thought so just because of, like, in your wrist seeing through your skin that it looks blue. Similarly, emergency responders have found that clear communication of what a normal blood, not normal blood cell, but the blood that comes from your body is really red and not blue. It can help de-escalate the stress of dramatic situations. And let's be honest, if you're in the hospital, you're probably going to be a little stressed out. Even in pop cultures, characters described as having blue blood can reinforce outdated ideas about class and biology, showing how deep this misconception can run. I have another chart here. It's pretty much the same as the last one, just a little bit easier to just visually look at. You have your veins and your arteries, and then your heart. Here's the oxygenated blood going from the heart to the body, and then deoxygenated blood that's already gone through all your vital organs to keep them nice and healthy and strong. Going back to your heart. By correcting this myth with science-based education, we can improve both public understanding and healthcare experiences for many people. So that's it. That's why your blood is red in your body and it's never going to be blue.